Hi, students. This is Professor Laney. I'm going to give you a little bit more specific instructions for Module 3 assignments. I'm going to do in separate videos so you can watch them separately, but I'm going to put the parent interview assignment together with the roundtable because they kind of piggyback each other. And then the next video will be the next two. Okay, good. So again, you guys are really familiar with the format now that we're in Module 3. So that means that we've started like week 6-ish, and make sure you do your readings. I will get a recorded video of those as a mini lecture. And then you guys got the outline and reflections in the quiz. You guys got that nailed. So let's jump into the parent interview. Now, if you took me for 107, we did a version of this, but I said make up your own questions, and there was only 5. So this one's is a little bit more specific because we are talking about socialization that comes primarily through the family first, right? And so if you think this is a lot of questions, yeah, I want to see what you guys come up with. Plus, if you ask the same questions, you can do a line-by-line comparison. So number 1, you will interview 2 parents. Now, what I suggest is do one of your parents. I know not all of us have access to all of our parents, but you can always do your grandparent because that gives you some good tea about your folks. I did my grandmother when I had to do this in college. And then do like a sibling or a friend. So you can get like a generational difference. It's a nice easy. The paper almost writes itself. So try that. Okay. And then you summarize it into one complete paper. It's fantastic. And honestly, I mean, we see parents all the time, and you were raised by a parent and you may be a parent, but when you sit and compare line by line and answer by answer, then you're like, oh, I see these differences. And when we understand the differences, it makes our own differences feel similar, feel a little bit different, or we just are able to reflect on the diversity of life. And sometimes people really get aha moments through this assignment. So please enjoy. Always take notes. I've seen students where they like literally text or like email these questions to somebody. Please don't do that. Like actually interview. An interview is not a paper. They are not supposed to write your paper. If it looks like they wrote your paper, you get marked down. That's the bottom line. Follow the instructions, do what the instructions said, and you get the full points. Okay. So take your time, write down your ideas, reflect on your interview and your ideas in your own writing. Again, you cannot find the summary of this reflection anywhere on the internet. So don't even try to cheat, because I can see how people do that, or they try to copy their friends, or they try to copy somebody from a prior semester. And it's like, trust me, I have ways. We all have ways. All the professors do. Okay. Make sure your assignment is clear and typed. I'm always looking for spell checked, Grammarly, APA format, which is 12-point font, 1-inch margins, double space. Don't use a big header. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't make the font too big. Don't make the spaces 1.5. Don't make the margins too big. Come on. I know all the shenanigans. I was a teenager. I have a teenager. Please don't. Be a college student. Like, step into the role. You know, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Show me your best. Don't show me your meh, right? There's no use to go through life and going, well, here's my meh. Trust me, you are setting yourself up for success later by doing success now. Okay. So ask the following questions separately. Don't sit them down together and do it. This is not the same. You're going to have to take some time there. That's why it's an assignment. Okay. Write good notes, and you provide an objective summary at the end of the project. That means that what they said is part of the summary. And then there's points where I ask you your subjective opinion, meaning your opinion versus the facts, right? You may consider recording the conversation if the parent is okay with that. Again, if they're over 18, you may record them. If they are under 18, make sure that you are getting some sort of adult permission for that. And there's plenty of parents who are under 18, but you have to make sure that you're getting written permission. Okay. Please describe from your perspective the role of parenting. Just have them give you a couple sentences. If it's like 5 words in one sentence, that's not going to help you. And that's a big question for a lot of people, because I can tell you a lot of parents haven't even thought about it ever, right? How old are you when you had your first child, second child, things like that? In your opinion, do you think there's a right age for becoming a parent? Oh, you're going to love these ones. What do you like best about being a parent? What do you like least about being a parent? Or how did you guide or teach or discipline your children? What age of your child has been the most or least difficult for you so far? Have your children been in childcare or early education programs? How do you feel about childcare and early education settings? Are you happy with your child's school? Why or why not? Now, I'll remind you, if they say like, well, I don't think preschool is important, if you've learned to the contrary in college, you can say, well, it's a great place and these are free. And a lot of times parents say, well, I can't afford it. You say, well, I learned in my class that certain programs are free for certain families. So, you can share some information, but please consider this an interview and then share the information at the end. Okay. Are you happy with the child school? Why or why not? Do you think the media has too much violence in children's programs? Do you think the media has too much sexual content? Do or did you limit your child's exposure to television and movies generally, and or by program content alone, or both? Ooh. What are 3 important things a parent can teach a child? Of 3 family characteristics that influence socialization, they may not know what that is. So you need to say socioeconomic status. You can tell them what that means. It's the education and money that comes in to the family, right? Ethnicity and religion. Of these 3 characteristics, choose one and describe how you feel it affects your children. What do you think sticks out to them? Is it money? Is it their ethnicity and religion? Ethnicity, you could double culture in there if you want to. Okay. Ethnicity, again, is what we're born with, but culture is what we learn. Are you raising your children the same way you were raised? Why or why not? What advice would you give to someone planning to have children? And then you get to come up with 5 questions of your own. Please don't repeat the ones you did in 107. Okay. And this is how you put your paper together. Give me a title page. Okay. You can do parent one. This one is all the information about parent one. This one is the interview question answer, like Q1, A1. Question 1, answer 1. Question 2, answer 2. Question 3, and you can do it like that. That's okay. Summary of the interview that includes a description of their type of parenting. So you're having basically these first 3 pages are demographics, then question answer. This is the actual interview. This is a summary. Okay. And then this ecological model. So you're going to draw Bronfenbrenner's model for that parent. Yeah. Right. And so if you don't know all of it, it's okay. Just do your best. Don't copy exactly what Bronfenbrenner has. You have to put the child in the middle and all the things that are around, like the microsystem and then the exosystem and then the macrosystem. I can't tell you all the instructions or else it's giving it away. Do your best. Not everybody has every answer to everything. Like, for example, in the macrosystem, we'll talk about politics. None of the questions are around politics, but you can kind of get from their answers. Are they seeking resources? Do they utilize resources? That's more of a democratic family. Let's see, parent, and then we go on to parent 2. Give me the demographic information, the question answer, summary of the interview, and then the ecological model. So this is what I'm looking for here. So 1 page for title. This 1 page. You can just give me maybe like a paragraph, which is 5 to 10 sentences. And please say it like you could say it like in very comprehensive ways. Like the demographic information for parent 1 is as follows, right? So give me something that's very structured and collegiate. Don't just be like parent 1, mom, 34. Like, don't just do that. Make it like you can stretch it out just a tiny bit, right? So that should be at least 5 to 10 sentences, right? The interview could be as many pages as you want. Okay. What I'm saying right here is all of these need to be typed. The ecological model can be drawn, but if you have if you took notes, you don't just give me your notes, you have to retype them. This is a big one. This is an assignment. This class is called Child, Family, Community. What do you think we're doing here? So please, when people kind of like phone it in and give me like kind of a half of a paper and like, well, you'll get half the points. That's fine. I also love giving extra points. So make it awesome. And I'll show you what I got. I love doing extra 10 or 20% over, right? So if you forgot like a discussion board or you were late on one and I'm not taking it because it's late, this is a way to make up some of those points. Oh, right. So then here's your closure. Then you're going to add 1 more page, summarize. That should be like 2 solid paragraphs, right? How about maybe, let's say 1 paragraph for what did you think about this process? How many sentences? 5 to 10. Identify the parenting style. You could say parent 1 was this and parent 2 was this. And I noticed this with that. And now this was similar. This was different. And then show me, this is the critical thinking part. This is the collegiate part, the most of it. I'm only asked once. identify the methods of socialization writing. Now you have to figure out what methods they use. Did they use apprenticeship? Did they use affective? Did they use like structured operational, or are they behaviorists? Are they more open? Are they more things like that? So I'm going to see, right? And just remember, it says right here, draw their personal ecological model. No, I'm going to take that out because you've already done it for here and here. So let me take that out. Have fun with this. You can learn a lot from this assignment. Really, really, you can. So I'm going to pull this out right now, and then I'm going to post this video, and I hope this really helps. All right. Again, like always, I want to make sure that you guys are reaching out if you have questions, because I'm here for it. I want this to be good. I want you guys to learn. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about or reading the instructions, or if it's overwhelming, let's talk. Reach out to me. I'm here to help. If somebody's saying, let me help you, and you're not saying, okay, I can't force you. So please, please, please reach out. I'm here for it. Thanks. Bye.